Welcome back. In today's video, there will be daily cleaning, organizing, and odd tasks. I'm starting with a super weird task. A few videos back, I had cleaned the medicine cabinet in my bathroom, and there were nearly 10 almost empty deodorants in my medicine cabinet. So I had said something about how I'm not a deodorant hoarder, but I do keep them for months and months after they appear empty. So once I have an abundance of empty deodorants, I melt down the bottom portion that can't be used. This is obviously weird and I know it, but I wanted to show you how wasteful it is to just throw it away. These empty deodorants filled over one container once they were all melted down. I was honestly a bit concerned about all of the scents being melted together since they all sort of clashed, but the result literally just smelled like plain generic deodorant. I'm not sure how that worked, but it worked. After those deodorants were all melted and cooling, I needed to fold some laundry. This was a Monday, so it was a result of the last part of the week prior as well as the weekend laundry. I always start by folding mine and Rachel's clothes and finishing with Emmett's. Honestly, I didn't used to put the laundry away immediately after I folded it. The reason I have been doing this the last couple weeks is because Emmett can climb onto our air mattress and unfold all of the folded clothes. When we still had our bed, he couldn't climb up there and pull anything down, so having no furniture has essentially forced me to be more productive. Once I was finished with the laundry, I had a couple options before Emmett woke up for the day. I could either sit down and read my book and drink some coffee or be productive. So I chose to drink my coffee while it was still hot. So I just joined the Sarah J. Maas bandwagon and I definitely understand it now. I finished book 1 last night and I'm waiting to read more until we are settled in Florida. So I'm pretty excited for that, but I'm bummed that I have to wait. While Emmett was playing independently, I saw an opportunity to empty the dishwasher quick. Since we don't have much for dishes right now, emptying the dishwasher takes much less time than it usually does. Minimalism is starting to appeal to me more since cleaning takes much less time and effort now. But once my belongings get back, I'm sure I'll revert back to enjoying all of the clutter, but stay tuned. Now that it was nap time, I hurried and cleaned up the mess from the morning. Today was the first day Emmett has ever taken all of our shoes out like this, so it was cute but weird, and as per usual, there were a bunch of cars to clean up. On Rachel's lunch break, she brought home a bunch of shirts for some family members, so I just wanted to fold those up and get them put away. And after that, I needed to clean up our lunch dishes, wash the French press and my coffee mug, and then I loaded a few dishes in the dishwasher and cleaned up around the sink. Vacuuming was up next. I actually hadn't planned on vacuuming this day, but while Emmett was playing, he got a hair stuck on his clammy little toddler hand. He demanded to vacuum after that. He literally got the vacuum out and then pulled me toward the hallway to get it. He's not a fan of hair being all over the floors, which is terribly awkward since he has two moms and there is most definitely hair all over the house at all times. Now it was time to make supper. Tonight we were just having curry, again, which seems to be happening a lot lately, but we just can't get enough. Even Emmett usually enjoys it, but I made a little backup soup for him tonight in case he was anti-curry. Spoiler, he ate the curry. We typically have a side salad with supper, and obviously we are trying to make better choices when it comes to food, as all of us are. I'm pretty proud of how long this New Year's resolution has lasted. While Rachel was putting Emmett down for the night, I saw an opportunity to clean up these junk drawers. Not one, but two. We have just thrown anything and everything into these drawers for the last few weeks. I don't know why or where it all came from, but it's here and now I need to clean it and organize it. It got to the point where you sometimes can't even open the drawer. So I started by taking everything out of the drawers and used an empty tissue box to organize some of our chargers and USB plugins. That's all I used for organizational tools. I don't really have much to use right now, and I don't want to buy anything else to haul to Florida with us next month, so empty boxes it is. In here we just have some hand sanitizer and chapstick. Rachel has gum at all times, so that's in here. And then this little shark truck drives Emmett crazy, so it's a treat. He gets it sometimes, but not always. There's some screwdrivers and then this remote control car remote. This is the outlet cover for Emmett's bedroom, where I added that new one after our stuff was moved. We have some command strips, this scale to weigh our luggage, and then up here is just some sunglasses. And then over here we've just got USB plugins, car plugins, and headphones. And then back here is just some paper and just nonsense that we haven't thrown away. And next to that is probably not the safest thing, but it is matches and a lighter. And that's all we have in our junk drawer. The next morning, I decided to organize the fridge a little bit. It has gotten chaotic in here this week. We have been potty training Emmett, so we have just been in a hurry, sort of. I wanted accessible drinks and food so we didn't have to worry about cooking, per se, since I wanted to be able to focus on him and his potty cues. Anyway, you probably don't want to hear about potty training while I'm cleaning the fridge. I didn't wipe the fridge out. I literally just moved stuff around so we could see what was in there to find it better and see what we had instead of letting it go to waste. Since I vacuumed the day before this, I just spot swept before mopping, and since we don't have a mop at the moment, I literally just used all-purpose cleaner and sprayed the floor and wiped it up with a towel. This method probably doesn't clean the floor the best, but it cleans it up enough and gets the job done. The next thing I wanted to get done was cleaning up Emmett's stroller. We actually use this thing so often, so it's full of crumbs, spilled drinks, sunscreen, probably overflowed diapers. Let's be honest, kids are dirty and gross, and we don't deep clean every time they make a mess. So this is a result of that. I cleaned this up at one point last summer, and it was way more filthy at the time than it is now, but I still wanted to clean it up since we are leaving soon. I don't want to bring it across the world super nasty. Obviously, it'll get nastier once we take it through the airport and stuff, but I'd rather start the trip clean. I ended up cleaning this on 2 different days. So the first day I emptied out the cherry blossom petals and the crumbs on our patio, and then I brought it inside because we spontaneously decided to leave for the afternoon. Now that it was a rainy day and I knew we wouldn't be taking the stroller out of the house, I decided to give the seat some TLC. I used an all-purpose cleaner, lemon juice, and baking soda. I I first sprayed it down with the all-purpose cleaner to clean up the basic stains and messes. Here is what the all-purpose cleaner wasn't able to get through. Thankfully, the lemon juice was able to take it out for the most part. It's not completely gone, but at least it's not noticeable anymore. But it was able to get the spots from the spilled drinks and overflowed diapers out, so I'm thankful for that. But the lemon juice came into play when it was time to scrub off the sunscreen. I could not for the life of me get the sunscreen off our stroller last summer, so I googled it, and the internet told me that the acidity from the lemon juice would cut through the sunscreen, and boy were they right. I used baking soda at the end to neutralize the odors on the stroller from all the spilled snacks, drinks, and other nasty outside and kid smells. I wish I would have sprinkled the baking soda in a more uniform way. It would have been way nicer to clean up if it hadn't touched the straps and buckles, but in the end it turned out great and the seat looks good compared to how it did. If you look closely at the straps and buckles, you can see the leftover baking soda that the vacuum was unable to get out. And behind this, you can see the spots that used to be sunscreen. The lemon juice worked, and it looks much better than it used to. My last project was to paint the last of these Misawa manhole covers that I ever have to paint. This is my fourth and final one of these. I'm so excited to be done. They're not bad to paint, but it just takes a lot of time out of the day. And I love how they look when they're done, so it's just fine, and I like doing it for other people to take home. I'll put a picture up of what the original manhole cover here in Misawa looks like, just so you can see the comparison. I figured out the most efficient method on how to paint these after I painted the first one. I spray paint the base coat and then paint the blue behind the tree since it's the sky, and then once that's drying I don't have to put the side of my hand down on anything when I'm painting. And then instead of using a paintbrush to paint the tree and flowers, I decided to cut off pieces of a sponge and use it to paint. This was a game changer. It's so much easier and it caused way less mistakes. Once I was finished with the blues, brown, and pink, I painted the 2 rings around the outside orange, and I ended up doing 2 coats of each color before calling it a day, but once it was done, it was gorgeous. Thank you for joining me on this Get It All Done video. I hope you were able to find some inspiration or motivation to tackle your own tasks, chores, or projects. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you again in my next video. Bye!